So we are running a little bit late, but for those of you that were watching Independent Joe stream, then you know why. So I hope you guys caught that. I hope you guys were there. Saw a lot of familiar faces there at Independent Joe's place. Hanging AZ, Sugar Kitty, Woods was over there. I had Dragland in the house for sure. Let's see who else. Who else was over there? The whiskey's working, folks. So my memory is bad. If you were there, thank you guys for showing up, and I'm sure you guys are supporting those channels anyway. Charles is coming over shortly. He just had to do a couple things real quick, taking a little bit of a break. And so this kind of makes up for the live that I got cut short on earlier. I hope I'm coming through clear to you guys. I know last week was kind of a disaster, so yeah. Anyway, who do we got in chat? It says we got 2 watching. If you're here, throw something up in chat so I know who you are. What are you drinking? What are we sipping on? Hope you enjoyed the show at Independent Joe's. I thought it was a killer stream. I had a ton of fun over there. Thank you, Joe, again, if you're joining us. That was a great time. So, yeah. Who is with us still? Hopefully we can get some of our regulars in here and have some fun. I just it was too early to call it a night, so I figured, you know what, let's have an after party. That's right, Jack, my brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, after party. I'm glad you showed up. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm a little late. I scheduled this for 10:30, and I probably should have given it a little more time. So yeah, but anyway, so I'm about 20 minutes late, but I think Joe might join us here in a little bit. I think the Mashville might join us, and Charles, I'm pretty sure, is going to join us as well. So good. All right, Woods, cool. Looking good. Good to hear. Yeah, so I'm hoping to do most of my lives from here from now on. I have to move computers around to do that, but we're going to try and solve that issue. But in the meantime, though, look at this guy here. Look at this sexy beast right there. That's the new camera. Look at it. Yeah. So no more of the bouncy focus. No more bouncy focus going on. We're going to have nice, clean video from here out. So I'm happy about that. Really, really happy. I like the way the new video is coming out. I got to tweak some settings a little bit on the camera, but I think it's going to get a lot better for sure. I'm still learning as I'm going. This technical bull crap is not my thing, but having some fun with it. Definitely too early to end it for sure. Hey, it's Girth. What is up, brother? Yeah. So my earlier live was like 5 minutes. So no problem at all. Yeah. That I was just kind of telling everybody what I had coming up, and I'll go through that real quickly again once we get rolling here. And the dog came down. Come here, buddy. Come on. Up. You gotta show your face. You gotta show your face. Come here. It's a big boy. So, Girth, here you go. Now you get to see him. I don't have any good pictures of my boy, but here he is. Say hello to the people. That's my boy. Okay. All right. You got to get down. Go to sleep. Lay down. All right. So, congrats on the new camp. Well, I mean, a lot of it is thanks to you guys just motivating me to go ahead and do it. I saw you guys supporting me on Patreon, and I had to just go ahead and do it because I felt bad not putting out a good time. Well, Charles is here. I'm not paying attention. Here's the man of the hour, Charles.
I become the man of the hour.
That's it. In the house, yes.
In the house. Yeah. Just relaxing. What's up, Sean? It's about to go in.
I'm good, man. I am good. You know, that was even though you had no idea what was going on, and that was a fun blind, though. I mean, he sent you a hell of a blind. That was something else, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can talk Joe into sending me a little bit of that Joseph Magnus, that cigar blend.
Oh man, that was fantastic. That was Brian's favorite.
The Joseph Magnus was my second.
Oh, so you did like the same one, the C? That's one I liked. I thought you liked the Joseph Magnus.
Dante.
That's the one you liked. B.
I like B.
No, I like B the most, and then you like C the most. Okay, I got. I'm mistaken.
See, the funny thing about Joseph Magnus is that I've seen it a lot, and I just never pulled the trigger. Now I don't see it, but I should have pulled the trigger.
So your favorite was the Willett blackened.
Yeah, because the way the flavor did, it seemed like it was gonna be like a light finish, and then it kicks in like a turbo later.
Yeah,
and then all the flavors came.
It did not seem like a rye until the very, very end. I said, "Oh, I could taste the mint." Because whenever I started thinking, yeah, that's Sean. If you can get that, dude, you need to run through a.
So that's what I was talking about with Joe after we killed the stream. It was just us kind of chatting. You guys had already hopped out. Mm-hmm. So my options at the store I was at in Lexington, I could have gotten this, which I did. I got this, but the other options were the Bardstown Discovery 6 or that Willett, and they were all right in the same price range, so like within $10 of each other. And I grabbed this because I'd seen a lot of positive reviews of this. And I got to say, I mean, it's not bad, but it does not drink like a $130 bottle to me. Now to somebody else, maybe this is their thing. But now I'm kind of wishing I had got that blackened Willett, because
if you can get it, you should get it. I know you with your taste. I can tell you need to get it. You need to get it like it was yesterday. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, out of all of them, I would say those two. I think the Willett you should get, and the Joseph Magnus, that cigar. Now when I see it, I would definitely buy about 2 bottles of that, because that was good too.
It was good. I think that was my favorite, and you liked them. I like them both. They were both excellent. Excellent. We got to go get head against those two.
But the Willett, the reason why I like the Willett, because it did something different for me.
Yeah, and you didn't even know it was a rye. You couldn't even tell.
But I'm saying I never had a whiskey that it seemed like it was gonna be like a light, quick finish, and it kicked in long later, like a turbo. You understand what I'm saying? When I said like a turbo, like all those flavors kicked in later.
That's it. So here's my question, like on the Willett. So I know you guys were saying you don't get a whole lot of like rye notes, but just maybe like a little bit of mint on the back end. So what was the like the middle of the palate? What was the primarily whiskey's working up? So what was primarily the flavors you guys were getting on that Willett?
I would say that was more like a kind of chocolatey.
Yeah, chocolate fruit.
Yeah, I agree with B on that. Chocolatey and fruity. It was very complex, man. I would if I saw that in a store, I would buy it immediately. That's how great it was.
But like I said, for me, it seemed like it was just going to just be a dud, right? It died out, but the flavors kicked in. I never had a whiskey where the flavors kicked in late like that, like a second or two later. Yeah. That blew me away. I never had nothing that did that.
Yeah, I think it was great. I was impressed. It was nothing bad, so he picked well.
Yeah, but that the peat. See, the first
that blew you off because it was it was peaty.
It was peaty. I never had a bourbon that tastes like that.
Me neither. It tastes like a Scotch.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say that's probably the most allocated bottle. That what is it? Race something. Anyway, I mean, because that bottle is nearly impossible to find, as the mash bill was saying. Let's see here. So far this week, Jack says, so far this week, picks, I got David Nicholson in reserve. Okay, yeah, that's a decent bottle. Reviewed that recently. And then Old Bardstown from Willett. Yeah, so that's a kind of a budget bottle, but I've heard good things about it. So I'm curious what you're thinking, Jack. If you've cracked them open, I'm curious what you think about that kind of budget bottle, because that's in the same price range as like Evan Williams Bottle and Bond or Evan Williams Black Label, your Jim Beams, what else, like Esser Brooks. All those are kind of in that same price range. Cleaning a glass. Okay, Wood says, man, I want that Black Willett so bad. Yeah, I kind of do too now, gotta say. but I only saw it around Christmas, and I have 2 teenagers. Yeah,
Water.
I gotcha. And also, Bourbon Neophyte, guys, check out his channel. Yeah, help this man. I believe you're the one that's trying to get to 200. Help this dude out. Yeah, support the whiskey community and support Charles. Charles, I keep saying it. Charles is underappreciated. You guys need to watch this guy's stuff. He's doing great. He's doing fun reviews, man. It's in the title, Fun with Whiskey. Just
That's all it is.
He is a joy to watch.
I am not an expert. I would never try to be one. I just want to drink and have fun and laugh and learn. So I'm learning from all of you. I learn from people who tell me in the comments, and the more people interact with me, the better I'm going to get. Sean educates me all the time. I appreciate it. Brian educates me, and it's still fun because you should never be afraid of not knowing something. I don't know a lot, and that's what makes it fun.
Well, that's what my grandmother used to tell me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to tell people that you don't know so you can learn.
Yeah, I'm not trying to act like I'm an expert, man. I just want to drink. Brian is trolling you because he know he got to send this to you, so he pulled out this just to troll you, bro. He did it on. He got a lot of Joe. I'm like, man.
So
we haven't forgot. We got to say that the Vampire Brothers that suck, the Hirsch, and then something else that we're gonna trick you with, like how Joe tricked us. We're gonna trick you.
Okay, sounds good, man. I look forward to
we should have got it. It was on me. But we're gonna take care of it this week.
What did you say?
It was my fault.
I
the reason
know.
I
get it though, but
I'm saying the reason stuff gets out because it was on me. I understand. Sometimes I mess up.
I was gonna go somewhere with it. You never hear that much.
Go ahead, B.
Go ahead and say what you gonna say, Brian.
Most women don't say it was their fault. Or my bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not trying to go there, but I do.
Charles,
it's my fault. Yeah, see, I know it's my fault. I know it's something, me getting caught up doing stuff. It was like, Charles, you're supposed to do this. Oh, man, my bad. So,
adult life.
It is. It's adult life.
That's it, man. Hey, we all get busy. I get it, man. There is always other things to do, for sure.
So, Sean, are you going to play Elden Ring?
Maybe, man. I mean, like, honestly, the trailers look great. And I've watched a lot of the gameplay from the beta versions and all that. But my thing is, I'm not going to have the time to do it. That's the problem. As I was saying earlier, so for the next month and a half, I'm going to be putting out 3 videos a week. So that's a lot of editing and time and recording, and so for the next month and a half, I'm going to have no time.
For people who do it like that. So you need a teammate. You need a partnership. Somebody else.
You're right. I need a B. I need a B to do get all my stuff posted and edited and all that stuff. I am the whole show around here. So
yeah, I get it. So there's never enough time of the day, man. As much I always like to drink. Hey, we gonna do a review of the Stella Rye, and I'm gonna give a snippet. If you kind of like Willett, you would like the Stella Rye.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna tell you. You know, like I'm telling you, I think I wrote in your comments. You did that review of Four Roses single barrel. I never had that. I always heard. I think Brian, other people were telling me that the Select was better. So I saw the Select and I bought it. And once you said it would taste like wet hay or whatever you said, I was like, man, I was anticipating it's gonna be good. Then I heard Sean say, I don't like it. At least he said that. I'm like,
So you guys got the better version. So I did the small batch, and you guys have the small batch Select. So I mean, I'm hoping that yours is good. I mean, but to me, that small batch just has too many like floral, grassy notes that I don't really care for. That's not my thing. Now, for other people, maybe they love that. I don't know. But I like the darker notes, the chocolates, the brown sugars, the caramels, the coffee notes, the toffee, the mochas, the kind of creme brulees.
So this would be kind of a challenge for you, but you might like it. That's what I think, because you said sometimes I think about how you like Whistle Pig. I'm talking about like floral, grassy notes, but he like seagrass. So
Yeah, but seagrass is different though because it's really sweet. It's not sour.
Yeah, so this is not sour at all. Then you'll like it.
But if those dark notes, you will love that Joseph Magnus cigar blend. That was really good.
Look at me, I'm making a face. It tastes like your bar. It reminded me of your bar. That's why I liked it so much. And I think yours was better, but it was so like such an experience. I was like, what is going on in my mouth? Why is Prince performing in my mouth? Why is Metallica in here? I was thinking that when I was drinking, like I was holding back because I didn't want to, I don't want to let myself go too wild on somebody else's stream. But man, it was good. You would like that. If we could get it, man, we gonna get it to you. If we can get it.
I mean, I talk about this bottle all the time. And I don't know what the availability is on secondary. Buddy's trying to get back in the stream again. What, you want to be on Daddy's lap? Anyway, but this bottle is just like I feel like it's really underrated. Because there was a lot of reviews of this. I mean, well, there wasn't a lot of there was very few reviews, but the few reviews I did see were not that positive, and I don't get it because I mean, this is even though it finished second in my blinds, I feel like it finished second because it has some bitter tones that the Larceny B521 does not have, and so like back to back, it doesn't do well in blinds, but like on its own, I think it's a better whiskey than the B521. So, anyway, let me run through some chat. So, Commandante Lou is sipping on some mead. Cool, man. And then we got Bourbon Neophyte. Old Tub is a good value bourbon if you like JB product. Yeah, so that might be one I'm going to throw in the bottle and bond battle I got coming up. I'm considering that to be in the race. So, the two for sure that'll be in there is, of course, the big dog, Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, and then Old Granddad Bottle and Bond, and then possibly the new Early Times. Although I've talked about that thing a lot, so I'm kind of looking for an alternative. But also that Old Tub, that's a Bottle and Bond. Sean, I'm interested to see that Johnny Drum review. Okay, cool, man. I like some Willet stuff quite a bit, but have not had good luck with their budget stuff. Yeah, so funny enough, Wood, so I actually mentioned the Rowan's Creek in that review as being a Willet product that I love. I mean, I've really come to love that bottle. And I'm not going to spoil how I feel about the Johnny Drum, but I do love the Rowan's Creek. That is a great bottle.
That's how you feel about Johnny Drum.
What's that?
What if I can guess how you feel about Johnny Drum?
You can guess.
I think you hated it.
You might be right. We'll have to see.
You can guess.
I'm pretty good at keeping a straight face there, B. You might be right. You might be wrong. It could go in either way. It's 50-50, right? So
that's the best thing you ever had. See, I know you really liked it. You loved
what's that?
You liked it a lot.
I'm about to get B to beat me up. I'm telling you, I'm different because I don't be caring. I just want to hear it when it comes. Like I never try to anticipate. Sometimes you can, but I'm not good. B, you really good at that because I think you enjoy it.
Well, everybody I know wanted to buy it, they hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anyone who liked it.
Yeah, I'm not good because some stuff I may love somebody else. Like I think I know what Sean likes, but I had to try it first to say it. And if I had tried it, then I could say I know he wouldn't like it. But then again, he may surprise me with something. Some things he might not like. So I don't know. I know he's gonna love the Magnus. I know he's gonna love the Black. I know this dude likes barrel proof. So some people say it, but I'm not sure. I got to see more of what they like and don't like. I watched with Tipsy Whiskey, and he said he liked barrel proofs, but for me to pick what he likes, I'll have to watch way more. I'm gonna start. You know what I mean? Where I've seen a lot of Sean, so I know what he kind of like. I can tell he does not like sour mash. He does not like MGP, and he'd be like, "Well, MGP, he don't even want to try it. You got a bias against it." MGP.
Yeah, I mean, so like it depends on the MGP, like
New York City,
because this bottle has really grown on me. But this is directly from MGP. It's not sourced.
Mm-hmm.
This is their own stuff that they deal with. And honestly, I feel like that's the best case scenario is when MGP has their own stuff and they do it all themselves. That's generally what I like best from MGP. And I know that's, other people might feel differently. I mean, to be fair though, I really like that Doc Swinson's that Blender's cut, and that's MGP that's sourced, and I think that was in my runners up for whiskey of the year. So I mean, I do like some MGP. I feel like I probably talk too much crap about MGP on the channel, but what irritates me about MGP is that not the company themselves, which is now Ross and Squibb or whatever, but it's that the companies that are getting the MGP stuff aren't doing anything new with it. It's just they're just getting it, and it's the same stuff. So there will be 24 bottles, probably more than that, on the shelf, and it's all the same stuff. And what bothers me about that is not so much for me, it's the other consumers, the ones that don't know that when it says distilled in Indiana, it's the same as 20 other bottles. So that's what kind of irritates me about it. But anyway, that's a personal thing. Let's see. Oh man, the Old Bardstown was not that price range here. Got it 40. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong bottle. Old Bardstown. Isn't that the one with the horse on the front? It's like a white label with the horse on the front. It seems like that's a budget bottle. But anyway. Yeah, thanks. Hope to join you all on a stream, talk about yeah, that sounds good, man. We will definitely do that in the future. I must say, everyone has to start someplace. I'm behind in chat, clearly. Yep, for sure. Yeah, Charles, if it tastes good, that's it. He's a happy man. I got a bottle of Hirsch. Not sure if I spelled it correct. Not a bad drop. Okay. Yeah. So thanks to Charles, I'm going to be getting a little bit of that. We send each other some budget stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. And if I like it, I know where a bottle is, so I'm gonna have to grab one. Prescription Bourbon. Hey, thank you, brother, for popping in. Another Kentucky brother there. Yeah, check out Prescription Bourbon. Cheers to you as well, brother. Hey, Anthony. See you guys chat amongst yourselves. Good stuff. March Madness whiskey brackets. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. There we go. There is my brother Adam. Thank you for popping in, man. Yeah, we had some fun last night, man. We drank a lot of good whiskey, talking some crap, talking about the NBA. So let's. I know not everybody's interested in the NBA. Actually, let me catch up on chat, and then we'll talk NBA. I really like to Stellum Rye, not for the faint of heart, though. Okay, interesting. I'm drinking some small batch select right now. Okay, cool. Good stuff, Girth. That's on my list. I didn't like the Stellum Rye or bourbon. The original offering, Stellum Black, is a good drop. Okay, cool. So it tasted like Purple Rain. What are we talking about, Commandante Lou? I like the reference. I just don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I said that it tasted like Prince was performing in my mouth.
Oh, right.
I
purify yourself in the
Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka. Man, I love some Old Tub. Yeah, man. Like, everybody gives Old Tub so much crap. I think it's a good bourbon. I don't know why everybody hates on Old Tub.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to catch up real quick here. MGP is great. Smoke Wagon is an amazing. Yeah, so when I first got the Smoke Wagon small batch, at first it tasted like all the other MGP stuff. And then after it opened up a little bit, it's really grown on me. Now I'm really liking it. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, Woods absolutely loves MGP. And there is some really good MGP stuff out there. Like I said, I just wish people would do more stuff with it. Like, I'm always disappointed when it's the same old thing. There are 2 or 3 different iterations of old. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's one with the horse on the side. I'm sure it's the budget stuff. You gotten screwed in my ear. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe it's like a what we laugh about, Charles. Share with the.
I'll wait till you'll get to it in the chat. You'll get to it.
Okay. Whiskey. I live in Las Vegas. Smoke Wagon. Oh yeah. So I live in Kentucky, and like I overpaid for a small batch. I know I did. I paid for 60, and it should be 40. But it was the first bottle I saw, so I grabbed it. This is what it tastes like when you doves cry.
This is
Right,
what it tastes
sure.
like when doves cry.
No, okay. So let's find the. This is what it tastes like when the doves cry. Right here. This BS bottle right here. This screw this bottle. And for any of you Northwesterners, I'm sorry if you like this bottle, but this is what the doves when the doves cry. It tastes like this bull crap right here. Anyway. All right.
He put would oh no, and nail polish.
That's right. You know it. You know
nail
what
polish
it
the
is.
whiskey.
There it is. It's the wood stain special.
Good.
If you want to overpay for wood stain, this is the bottle right here. It's really expensive wood stain.
The only thing I think about if B just had it, pack number 6 to me has that. Like I just don't want to drink it. He offered me something like, nah. What do you think, B?
It smells
Hey,
good.
what's up, man?
I didn't like it.
Number 6, yeah.
That's a bottle that I wish I never bought.
Hey, the Deathless Dog. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out some of your music, guys, for sure. Yeah, I'm a big metalhead, so yeah, so I'm with you. I am with you on that. The Woodinville 90 proof is crap for sure. I have a few store picks, so I need to find a good store pick because everybody keeps telling me that the Woodinville store picks are good. It's just this bottle has like ruined me for Woodinville because I hate this bottle. Like now in the new video coming out Monday, I've kind of redone my rating system because a few people pointed out that my ratings are too close together, so you're not really getting an accurate reading on how much I hate bottles. So on the new rating scale, this would be like a 3, like a 2 or a 3. That bottle irritates me. Anyway,
anything that's under a 5, how we do it, in my opinion, you shouldn't drink. If it's above 8, is great. So 5 to 7, like 5 to 7 is good. When you get to 7, is very good. 8 is great. 9, you need to buy it at all costs. And 10 would be like what you sent us, and that James Magnus and the well, I don't want to give you anything at 10. It's like but that Willett Blacken is in that range. It's all there.
Well, the stuff I drunk recently, that Bardstown gets a 10 to me.
Yes. It
was a 10.
Yeah, it was orgasmic. It was euphoria, tantalizing, invigorating, magical. I don't know if you guys are listening, but that's how I felt when I drank it. And that's what I want to feel like when I drink everything. I want to know in the chat, Sean is stepping out for a minute, who likes Frey Ranch? Have you had this? Especially if you live in Nevada, like a bourbon neophyte. Have you had it? Do you like it? I think it's a great, easygoing drink. I think it's light, but it's tasty. Has a great finish. Yeah, I think it's great. Oh yeah, I didn't even pay attention because I just enjoy the way it tastes so much, and that's why I suck.
So thank you, Deathless Dog. Thank you. Yeah, hit that like button, folks. That way more people can see this. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've never had the Frey Ranch either, mainly because
I haven't said it because I'm sorry. We're going to send it to you soon.
Exactly what you said. So I live in Kentucky, like the bourbon mecca, and I've never seen Frey Ranch up here. So can't wait to get that sample from Charles. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what else we got here, and then we're going to get into a little bit of NBA. So I hope you guys are cool with that. Sister-in-law sent me Woodinville for Washington when they first started selling was better then, but still wasn't great. So I mean, I'm curious. Does anybody else get like the what is it? Turpentine, acetone, wood stain, kind of chemically note on this bottle. It can't just be me and Charles and B. There's got to be other people that are getting that kind of weird chemical note. So I mean that ruins the whole thing for me because because there are some other good notes. I will admit there is other good notes in this bottle, but that chemical weird like acetone note just ruins the whole thing. Woodinville is from Washington. right? Washington, pretty sure. Let me see here. Yeah, handmade in Washington by people that love wood stain. That's what it says on the front of the bottle. Haven't seen the Frey Ranch down here. I hear good things though. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that sample. Also, what's the price range on that, Charles, on the Frey Ranch? I might have to throw that in.
What's around a $40 range, right? Isn't it like $40? I think it's $40.
Because I'm debating as to if I'm debating whether or not to throw that in.
Yeah,
like the $40 under bracket.
Yeah, it's $41.
Oh, 41. Well, I might let it slide.
$41.99.
Okay. Just drank a short pick today. It was good. Not a fan of the standard. Okay. So I mean, there's a lot of people having that experience then. That exactly. This tastes like floor stripper. This right here. Anyway, so I hope we have some NBA fans in here because we're going to get to that a little bit here. I always like to chat with Charles about the weekly updates. We had some trades last week. I don't think we got to really talk about that much. Then we got the MVP race going on. Of course, it's All-Star Weekend, which is whatever to me, but we could talk about that too. Woodinville has the same dried grass flavor that I get in most Texas whiskeys. I'm not a fan. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah, although, I mean, I just killed a bottle of whatever the brothers are.
Hey, Sean, I think I sent Joe the link, but if not, text him the link. You got Joe's number, or place it in the chat, however you want to do it.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I think I still got it in my. Yeah, and that's for anybody. Anybody that wants to hop on, go ahead. There is the StreamYard thing.
I sent him the right one. I did.
As long as you're not, posting your balls or butt or whatever, then we're good.
What if it's your girlfriend's breast? It's okay.
Say it louder.
But if it's your girlfriend's breast, it's okay.
No, we're not trying to get canceled, B. As much as we might appreciate
her chicken breast that she cooked for you. What are you talking about?
He said the chicken breast that she cooked for you.
What do you think I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure. I know you well enough, B, to know that's not what you meant. Anyway, while we wait for Joe to hop on here, so Charles, I have a face for chat. Okay, well, hey, Woods, if you want to join us, man, then hop on. Feel free. Anybody, as long as you can be civil, then hop on the chat, man.
That's how I feel. I wish more people would just want to converse, man. Just let it flow. It's pretty cool.
And you'll be a Joe Biden supporter. So.
Yeah. Say it louder, B. He be whispering stuff so I can hear it.
You could be a Joe Biden supporter, and it's okay.
What's that?
I want to say it one more time.
I said you can be a Joe Biden supporter and come on. It's okay.
I don't care nothing about politics.
I don't either. But I think you know what? I know why he said that, because he's on Instagram and he looks at a lot of what women say, and they'll be like, "Well, if you're a Trump supporter."
Oh yeah.
And his brain is like, well, what if I just don't tell you? It's like I'm really good. If I really want to connect with you, would I tell you? I might get with you. Say I love Trump.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Enjoying yourself with the lady. Hey, but anyway, I voted for Trump.
I mean, my personal opinion is it's like, so this is a sinking ship, and it's like who the captain is, who the hell cares?
I agree with you. I totally agree.
So, you can vote for whatever captain you want. The ship's still sinking. So
they always want to paint a villain, man. And everybody is trying to eat and live, bro. That's all it is. So I don't have no time for this.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey.
But if you're sleepy, it's not working.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Joe, what's up?
What up? What up? Pop in the chat. Watch out now. We getting blown away by the super awesomeness. I'm still living in the woods. There you go. Look at
exactly. B does need a mic. We need to get B a mic. Come on.
What's up, Joe?
So
what's up, man? I haven't seen you guys in a while. It's been so long. I've missed you guys, man. I was like,
it's been decades.
Have you guys tasted anything new lately?
So we were just talking about this great bottle I picked up recently, this wooden.
Ah,
I highly recommend it to everybody, especially if you need to redo your floors or any wood tables. I think it's really good for that.
wood varnishing at all? Any?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So, and Bourbon Neophyte. What's your actual name, brother? I'm sorry,
Anthony.
I don't know.
It's
What
Anthony.
was it?
Did you hear Anthony?
Anthony.
Anthony. Okay, I'm sorry. I kept talking over you. I apologize. All right, good to meet you, Anthony. Yeah, well,
Yeah, I was watching you guys on Joe's stream as I was lurking and doing some other things, getting the thumbnail working for getting my stream going tomorrow. But you're so right on the original Woodenville. This isn't it, but this is a store pick. But
Right.
I didn't like it. But this store pick at 117 proof, oh shit, it's good. It is good, and that's just the tater sticker on it. But this thing is good. And then I have another one that's 119, so almost 120 proof that I got to sample before I bought it from a place here in Vegas. And that's
All right,
the tater sticker on it. But these are hitters. So I can understand what you're saying on the taste. Like I said, I got a very chemically like floor stripper taste, and you were hitting it on the head. When you were describing that original 90 proof, I mean, I'm like, it's okay, but there's something about it that was like, what the heck is that? And I couldn't put my finger on it.
It's just weird. And like I said, like there's other notes in there that I do enjoy. I mean, there's other parts of it that are nice, but like that just ruins the whole thing for me. Whatever that note is, whatever you want to call it, it's weird and off-putting. So doesn't do it for me.
Well, exactly. And I mean, if you've ever had anything from Wilderness Trail, now this is a store pick from a place here. Yes, they've got Lady Gaga on it, and I didn't buy it because of her.
Yes, you did.
I like rye.
You like Lady Gaga?
I like
Lady
this
Gaga?
was good at about 102, 103.
Be careful. He has his poker face on.
Do you like Lady Gaga?
I mean, to be fair, I think the rye is what Wilderness Trail does best. I really like the rye.
Can I interject for a minute? I just want to know.
Yeah.
Do you like Lady Gaga?
I like Lady Gaga.
Just Dance.
I
I'm
mean,
joking. I'm done with my jokes.
it depends on what you mean by the question, Charles. You mean to look at or to listen to?
Whatever. I'm joking. I'm stopping. I have nothing else to say. I just want to be I can't troll like Joe, but I can practice.
That bottle was like 50, 60 bucks. I'll double check. I mean, the shop's like 10 blocks from my house, but
Yeah.
I'll look at it. And like I said, Instagram me, and we'll chat about that other bottle, and then I'll let you know. But this was good. Adam has the same thing on this. We bought it at the same time when Livewire was down, and so I got that. He got that. Whiskey Mountain's got it. So
Oh, cool.
yeah. It's a good bottle.
Good stuff, man.
I mean, I go from bourbons to, I mean, I don't discriminate.
Yeah, there you go.
I go from one side, to the other, and it just recently started down the trail of scotches and peat and all that good stuff. So
yeah, I'm like you. I'm just kind of starting getting into peated scotch, and I'm really enjoying it. So I need to buy some more.
So you made a good point. Both of you did, talking about beginning into your journey, be it bourbon, be it scotch, be it whatever. You got to start somewhere. And no question is a dumb question, particularly when you don't know. And that's what I like about the community. And I've talked to Joe when Joe first got on, I reached right out to him and said, you come on my channel. I want to have somebody like him on my channel. Because look behind him. I knew he had a good palate. He could guide me in my journey. And that's one of the things that I like about the community. And when I listen to you just on the previous stream, I go, you got it down. In other words, you guys know. It's like, this is all inclusive. We all don't know everything, but we know what we like. We will tell you What you do with that is your business, and taste is subjective. What's crap to us might be roses to Joe, you know.
Yep.
But it's okay if that's what you
Four
like.
roses. 4 roses.
I got a small batch back in here somewhere. My wife got it for me. It's good, but it'd be one I would say, you know what? It has its place on your shelf for your bar. That if you have people that are new into bourbon, and I love talking about this, and I think that that's an excellent one to give them to start off, just like the old tub. Even though it's 100 proof, it doesn't drink like that. Oh, Hanging AZ popped in. What's up, brother? You can't beat some of these value bourbons. And so some of the things I've been doing on my stream is talking about some of these value whiskeys, because it's getting ridiculous in price. We all know it. I mean, we've paid some ridiculous prices for bottles. All of us have. But the thing about it is let's find this bourbon. Let's find this scotch. Let's find this American whiskey or Canadian whiskey that people really don't know about, and they're going to walk away from because it's $40. There's still this stigma that if I don't pay $100 or more for a bottle, it's no good. And I'm good with that. If you want to believe that, you go right ahead. Leave me that old tub. Leave me this bottle of Redemption, although this one's a store pick, but for $45, this freaking thing, this high rye bourbon was so amazing. I had to hunt a backup. I just picked it up last week because it went off the shelf that quick. But anyway, you know, you like what you like. But I'm all about finding that good value for the money.
Oh, me too. I mean, I'm right there with you, Anthony. I mean, that's kind of why I even started the channel, is because, you know, a lot of the big channels, they were primarily featuring, you know, the more high tier bottles. And I just thought, well, that's not what the average guy is buying. It can't be. I mean, most people are not going and dropping $100+ on a bottle when they go to the store.
No.
That's not what your average buyer is. So I thought, you know, and I mean, honestly, I don't either. I have very few bottles that are over $100, and that's fine. I'm very happy with what I have.
And that's exactly it. You're happy. Who gives a what about the others? Yeah.
And if you're happy and you know it,
clap your hands.
We all got it, Joe.
I mean, you know, so I can't predict the future, but I have a feeling this bottle right here will probably take it all in my
is that cool crap?
Whoa, keep it clean.
What? I don't even know what you're. Is this what
you'll take it? You'll take it all. We got it. Yeah.
Anyway, so no, I mean, I love this bottle. Just it's a killer bottle. It's like $30. That's like my 4th or 5th one. I go through them all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's just and it's on the shelf. I mean, I know I know the distribution isn't huge yet. I think they're in 28 states now, but I mean, it's getting bigger. So I hope soon everybody can get that bottle, because that's a great bottle, especially if you like the Brown-Forman profile. I know it's not for everybody, but I love that bottle, that Cooper's Craft 100.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it out here, but everyone tells me once it comes out, pick it up. You won't put it down.
Yeah,
it's
a good one.
And we were talking. I don't know if it was this stream. Well, I think it was the Elijah Craig's, like the Toasted Barrel, the A121B, so on and so forth. I love them. They're sitting here. And you mentioned the Larceny B521. Ta-da.
Oh man, yeah, that was my bourbon of the year right here. Yeah, it's great,
and it's not a bad price. So, but it's a good pour. The standard Larceny, it's okay. Don't get me wrong. But this at what was it? 60.5 ABV. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that just sings deliciousness.
And what makes the Larceny so good is not hard to get. It's relatively easy to get. You can drive around. It's easier to get even than the Elijah Craig, to me. Elijah Craig tends to
not in Kentucky, it's not.
Oh, California it is. Well, let me get back to this mic with the mic muted.
So you know what's funny is like I was saying, I like to find values. Although there are some things out there that I see that I'd like to have, but I just can't pull the trigger on $200 for a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I hunt like everybody else, and using Independent Joe as an example. Hey, what can you find this for? What can you get this for? Is this a good price? I do that with Livewire whiskey. I've done it with mash bill, bourbon. Because they're on the East Coast, some are on the West Coast. I got friends in Ohio. Because it's a controlled state, and I went to school in Ohio. So what can you get it for? So I've been hunting, and I'm drinking this. I just set it down. I'm done with it. But this is a limited edition Game of Thrones, all right, bottle, but it's a 15-year-old Mortlach Scotch.
Right.
So they want $170 for a bottle. I'm sorry. Not going to pull the trigger on something like that, especially if I've never tasted it. So now they're clearing them out, and you can get them for under $80. You just got to be willing to sit and get it. So I had to pick that up, and that was a little north of what I call my value bourbon, but that was a good price on that for a 15-year-old Scotch, non-peated. And it is just, well, it was sweetness in a glass, good taste, good viscosity. If you're new to Scotch, I wouldn't hesitate to tell you to get this, and it's at 46 ABV. And that is the sweet spot for me on Scotch. I have them at 57 and 56 ABV, and they call that cast strength. And those are phenomenal. But that Mortlach right there that I picked up, and I'm sitting down because I didn't buy it today. I had it in my hand because I don't impulse buy either. It'll be there tomorrow. But
yeah,
I think I might have to put a backup on that because it's just that good, and it's just not going to be around. Once it's gone, that is definitely gone. There's not going to be another one like that. And there's a Lagavulin one that's out there. It's a 9-year-old, and the people that I know that have it said if they could get it in their state or anywhere else at $100 a bottle plus shipping, they'd buy at least 2. And I'm like, damn, I got it.
So Charles, what are you munching on there, brother?
It must be something good.
It looks like it. I'll let you finish that bite. In the meantime, I'll run through some chat.
Tacos, they're delicious. B, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give tacos?
9.5.
He said 9.5. They're great.
Where'd you guys get the tacos from?
Some place called Tacos Don Golosos, something like that.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So chat says Deathless Dogs. One of my favorite bottles is OGD 114, and I can get exactly, man. That is a great bottle for under 20. I wish I could get it for under 20 around here. Around here, it's more like 25 to 28, but still a great bottle.
That's what it is for me. The same thing.
Jack says Four Roses is decent, especially in the single barrel. Yeah, I like the single barrel better than the small batch. Not a huge fan of the small batch. As Anthony was saying, I think it's more of kind of a starter bourbon. It's very light, just not really my thing now. But if you're new to bourbon, I would say it's probably a good place to kind of start out. AZ says, I like the Redemption bourbon for sure. Let's see. OGB is great as well. Yeah, man. So here's another barrel proof bottle that I know the distribution is not great, but if you guys see this, pick it up. I love this
Benchmark.
The full proof is great. The regular Benchmark it's if you need a budget bottle and you need to get messed up and you only got $8, then fine. But if you can find this guy, this one's more like 30, 25, 30. This is a great bottle for, on the cheap. It's 125 proof. Actually, I think I'll pour myself a little bit. So it is that Buffalo Trace profile for sure. Just really nice, rich caramel, apple, a little bit of cherry in there. But I mean, it does not. What I appreciate about it is it doesn't drink like it's 125 proof. It drinks really lighter than 125 for sure.
Now, which Benchmark is that again?
This is the full proof.
That's what I thought you said, foolproof. I was going to say,
find the camera.
Okay, now I see it perfect. There was a glare before, but okay, it is the foolproof. Yeah, that isn't here in Vegas.
Yeah, I know that the distribution on that is not great, but whenever you guys do start seeing it, I think it's worth the buy for sure. I would put it up with the OGD 114 or like Makers, Cask, Strength. Those are kind of all in the same similar price range, kind of those higher proof, mid-tier bourbons. Good stuff.
So another channel did a review, the full line of Benchmark, and Bourbon was the channel, and I forget who he did it with now, but that's why I was like, yeah, I don't see that one here. And now you're mentioning it, and they said the same thing. That foolproof, the bottled and bond, are good. The standard expression it's not terrible, but it's
Yeah.
For a few dollars more, bump up to at least the bottle and bond, and you'll be much happier.
Yeah, I think the bottle and bond is something like 20. I think the single barrel is right around there as well. Single barrel might be 22, 23. And then the full proof is kind of pushing 30. But I mean, if you like barrel proof, especially on the cheap, it's a heck of a bottle. These Redemption High Rye store picks are awesome for the price. I have several stored away unopened. Good stuff, Woods. Duffless Dogs were laughing at something there. I'm not sure. I'm behind. So that damn elusive Cooper's Craft. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys start seeing it out there, man, because it is such a good bottle. I hope that Brown-Forman starts getting that out to you guys here soon because, I mean, it's such a great value bottle. So hopefully you guys start seeing it. Getting kind of jealous of Charles and his tacos. I'm telling you, man. Send some my way, Charles. Charles needs to soak up those high-proof pours. That's it. Yeah, tacos are great for that. Grease and carbs. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It worked.
Benchmark equal to Blanton's. I mean, honestly, this might be a hot take, but I would probably take this bottle over this bottle. Blanton's is fine. It's just 93 proof doesn't do it for me anymore.
No.
And so there's nothing wrong with this bottle. I mean, it's fine. I think we can all agree it's a decent bourbon. I think especially if you're new in your bourbon journey, this is a good bottle. But once you start trying the big boys, once you start getting these guys, Blanton's just doesn't hit it anymore. So I don't know. Yeah. I would say that Benchmark Full Proof is at least equal to Blanton's.
Hey, hanging AZ.
There we go. There's a hitter.
Oh my gosh, is this freaking thing good? Sorry, but when you mentioned that Rebel 100, and then this is a store pick on top of it.
So
oh my goodness.
I got the cousin or brother or whatever of that. This Ezra Brooks Distillers collection is also a store pick, and that is great. I love this bottle.
Hold it. It's here somewhere. I say I'll do a drink with you, but I got it. I just have to look. I got that. The Distillers.
Guys, if you guys see those distiller collections from Lux Row, those are some great bottles. And they're cheap. They're around $30, $35. And those are some great bottles. That Benchmark.
Yeah, we can hear all that.
There we go.
This is another good one.
Hey, welcome back, Joe. Oh, okay. Joe's doing a Blanton's pour just to spite me.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm just, I love this stuff. It's the stuff of angels. Angel tears are in this bottle right here.
That's the best bottle. All you taters out there, go run and get your pony bottles. I call that the My Little Pony bottle because that's like the level of love that some people have for it.
My Little Pony, so lovely.
I turned it down today at $68, and I had the bottles in my hand, and I'm like,
that's okay because when you left it, I went and I picked up another one.
Oh,
the one you left, I actually got. Thank you.
I'm glad you did because there was two more behind it. So I sure hope.
Oh, those are upstairs. Those are upstairs. I really appreciate you for leaving those ones too.
Dude, I did that for you, Joe, because I knew you were driving over from Cal.
Yes.
And so I got to get it because you knew Adam was probably going to drive down and get it. So
yeah, that and Dickel Bottle and Bond. Save those bottles for me.
Sorry, I already got that too. But this is one of the better ones I've ever had. This Bottled and Bond in 11 year.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't have that mineral crap in it.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that on. So which one is that? The 11 or the 13?
11.
Okay, so I had the 13, and I got just a hint of that minerally note, but I thought that the rest of the palate was so nice that you almost don't mind it.
Or the Flintstone, they say they get the Flintstone fruity type thing.
Yeah,
I really didn't get that. I got it because as a kid I had the Flintstone vitamins, but
right.
I didn't get that fruity mineral note. I did get a little fruit on it, but not like that. And so everybody's palate's different. So some people just fall in love with it. Other people can't get it out of their mouth fast enough.
Yeah.
Some people eat tacos every day.
True.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I love these. I really think that Dickel Bottle and Bond, I think the rest of the palate is nice enough that even if you do get up a little bit of that mineraliness, I think you just kind of accept it because the rest of it is really nice. That's one of my favorite offerings from Dickel right now. So.
Hey, there's some good offerings out there. It's what you like and what's within your price range. Just like you said, I find it hard to spend $100 on a bottle, particularly when I don't know anything about it and I haven't had a pour of it. I'm just that way. I want to try it. And so some of the shops I go to, they'll have certain things open so I can try an expression and go, okay, that's worth visiting.
Man, I wish we had more of that here in Kentucky. I mean, very seldom do you get samples before you buy.
Wow.
The only place that ever does that occasionally is Total Wine, and usually they're trying to promote the stuff that they want to sell, which is usually not what I want to buy.
So let me just say this. Yes, you're right. We have those here, and I go down there frequently. And last Saturday, I probably had 6 or 7 different ones, but I normally wouldn't buy them. They're what they call partner brands.
Right.
And so I picked this one up. It's the Isla, and it's peated for under $30. Okay. It's young. It's non-age stated. Only 40 ABV. That's the kicker. I go, that thing at least needed to be 43, if not 46. But
and it tastes good to you?
Tell you what, for this money at $30 on this is a good pour. It's not going to knock your socks off, but you can drink this and enjoy it and say, what's next? Or this be your first and last pour, whatever. But again, my value whiskey thing I'm doing, and this is one of them I'll do a review on. This was good. As a matter of fact, I had some the other night because I need to get it to the shoulder. I want to give it a chance to open up. And I was actually just talking to the guy I know at Total Wine. We were talking about this one. He said, once you get down the shoulder, give it a good week to 10 days. He said, then go back, do your review and visit it. He goes, it's good for the money. You should remember, it's a price point. And I go, oh no, I'm fine with it. It's not a drain pour at all. It's not.
So let me run through a little bit of chat here, and then is anybody else, Joe, Anthony? Are you guys NBA fans at all? You watch?
I got out of the NBA stuff when I got out of college in the early '90s. There was just so many games. It's like hockey. I got tired of it.
Gotcha.
And I
Joe,
know we got the Golden Knights out here. It's like, yeah, sorry.
No. Joe, are you an NBA guy at all?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we'll run through a little bit of that real quick. So Wood says some other whiskey tube channel called Benchmark Foolproof Trailer Park B-Tag. I'll take it, man.
Me too.
I like it. I'm with that branding. We're gonna go with the Trailer Park B-Tag, and I'm gonna be proud of that label. So Trailer Park B-Tag for the win. I wish you could find Rebel 100 out here. Only the regular at Kroger's. Well, I'm sorry, AZ. That sucks. I have the Old Ezra 7 to start the night, and I wanted to find the bottle now. I followed that with the David Nitch. Not familiar with that.
Oh, Lux Row.
Nickel? David Nickel? Yeah. And Lux Row is on him. Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys saw my review, I wasn't a huge fan of the David Nicholson. It's fine. I just think some of the other stuff that Luxro is putting out is better at the same price. So I don't know why I would buy that. Maybe because that Ezra Brooks Distillers Collection was the same price. So I wouldn't buy another David Nicholson because of that. But otherwise, I mean, it's if you can't find the other stuff, I guess it's fine. Unicorns, not angels. Sure. Some respect. No idea what we're talking about, but I'm going to go with it. Joe collected all the Blanton's Pokemon. He is the master now. Probably. Yeah. Joe,
Yes, he is.
ask Joe about any bottle, and he'd be like, yeah, let me just turn around and grab it right here. Literally, Chad, ask him. Ask him about any bottle and watch him do it. It's hilarious. Just pick a bottle, and he'll be like, yeah, let me just search for it in my giant bar here. Anyway, you're only blatant balling if you make jumpsuits out of the... Okay, you mean like the Crown Roller. Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen that yet. That needs to become a thing. Joe, you need to start working on a Blanton's jumpsuit made out of Blanton's bags. So
I have the jacket. Do you want me to go get it?
Sure, let's see it.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's
Thank you.
Here's
Joe.
my bar upstairs.
Oh, okay. This guy.
Here's my bar in the basement. Here's my bar in the dog shed. Here's my bar in my car.
Here's my bar in my other house that I don't even visit.
Exactly. Here's my bar in another state that I've never been to.
Exactly this, AC. Yeah. Crown bags were the weed stash when you were a teenager, for sure. Actually, I caught my teenagers storing weed in Crown bags years ago. That was kind of funny. Like deja vu or something. Anyway, let's get to some NBA real quick, guys. So, who are you guys liking for MVP? And chat, please, if you're into this, then please voice your opinion as well. We'll talk about it. Before you guys go ahead, I'm going to say real quick, my personal opinion is that the Joker is underappreciated. I think that he absolutely deserves MVP. And I don't
Wasn't he MVP like 2 years ago?
Last year.
Last year, right?
Yeah.
So somebody else needs a turn.
No.
He's not underappreciated. He's the MVP.
That doesn't.
He's a reigning MVP. He's not underappreciated.
Yeah, I agree. He's underappreciated. I agree with Sean. Like if I had to pick who is the most productive person stats wise in the way that they play, if you watch them, it is the Joker. I think that they're going to try to give it to Joel Embiid, or that's what I think they're going to try to do. And the close second would be Giannis, but the most impactful player on both sides of the court, to me, is the Joker.
I mean, if you look at his stats, I don't think there's a statistical argument you can make to say that somebody is better than him. And I guess that's my issue with the MVP race right now is it's become more of like a popularity contest than it is stat wise. Because when you look at his on and off the floor numbers, it's ridiculous. I mean, the team completely transforms when Jokic is on the floor. They go from a terrible team to a winning team when he's on the floor. It's just there's no other player that's having that kind of impact in the NBA.
See,
it's close, but he's not doing what the Joker's doing.
What confuses me about MVP, it shouldn't like they put record involved, but let's say you got everybody sorry on your team and you score 50 points a game. You should, if you're that important to your team to even win a game, I don't care if you're out the playoffs, you should still get MVP. But they try to say you have to have a winning record. Plus, like you don't have to be the best player, you just gotta have the best record and the best player on that team. The only time I see them not give it to the best player with the best record was Russell Westbrook when he had those triple doubles because it was so monumentous. But you've seen a lot of players like when Charles Barkley won it or Karl Malone won it over Michael Jordan, and everybody knew that Michael Jordan was the MVP. Everybody knew it. That's what I don't like.
Everybody still talks about that Karl shouldn't have got it. So I think this year will kind of go down like that. It'll kind of be like that Jordan year. So I mean, because more than likely Embiid or Giannis is going to get it.
Mhm.
So, we'll look back at this like, man, the Joker should have got it.
I think so too. The Joker is the most. Yes, because he's doing the most with the least. The most with the least.
I mean, because name another player on his team. There's nobody else.
There's nobody's in the star category. No one else.
So real quick, so for those that aren't in on the joke, AZ started this a while ago on our channel, and Old Cuban Shoe will be our first barrel pick release. It's a name that AZ came up with, so we have to thank him for that. And it instead of trying to go with like bougie names, we're going the opposite direction. We want something that just sounds absolutely terrible but tastes delicious. So Old Cuban Shoe for the win. And we know that Joe does not have that one because it's unreleased still.
What I know. I can just imagine Joe. Well, let me show you something.
Yeah. Well, let me look through it here real quick. Yeah, Chuck was my dude. Man, Barkley is a national treasure. Like I love watching that guy on Inside the NBA. There we go. That's yeah, okay. That might be Old Cuban Shoe like.
You never know with Joe, bro. look.
You didn't see the picture? It said Old Cuban on the bottom.
I told you.
I gotta say, I'm surprised that you found that so quickly.
You never know with Joe. You got like a librarian of whiskey. I know it's shelf with year.
So
I got a bibliography for you. I know who killed it. I know the mass bill of everything. How many years they kept it in the cellar?
No, that's like Woods and Sugar Kitty. Like they always surprise me with their mash bill knowledge. They just come out of nowhere and they're like, oh, this is this and this and this, and I'm like, you're probably right. I don't know. But anyway, Anthony, what I was going to ask, because I asked Joe this and Charles this last week. I always like to ask people like what got them into their bourbon journey, collecting, whatever you want to call it. So like, what was the bottle or experience that made you like, man, I got to start collecting this stuff?
So we got to go back into the late 80s, early 90s when I was into Scotch. And of course, college, you drank anything.
It was the start of the first revolution.
That you could really get into. You drink anything. But what really got me going into it was a little over a year ago. So long and short of it is I've always had a liking for whiskey. Okay.
Right.
In general, I just like the taste of it. Always have. And so a little over a year ago, I was on a leave of absence from work, had rotator cuff surgery. You got a lot of time to sit on YouTube and go down that wormhole. And just what Joe has in his hand, the E.H. Taylor, I was at Total Wine, and it was a small batch. And it came in, it was like $40 or less. And the guy said, this is a hitter. When it comes, it goes. Oh, yeah. So
I only have 3 ASP. ASP 3, I only have 3.
And it just
I only have 3. Most people have none.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
I've
sorry.
got 3 or 4 sitting up there.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Anthony, but the 3 he has is 3 that most people don't have. So anyway,
No.
Continue, Anthony.
They don't have the single barrel? I can't believe it. I thought
Well,
that was
I mean, so I really there's 2 that he has that most people don't have. I should have said it that way.
I said I thought he had I think was that one the rye, Joe?
Yeah, this is straight rye.
Yeah. I was saying that one I don't have. I missed out on it because you're just not in the right place at the right time. But that's what started me back down there. And once I had that, I went and had to get another. And then it went to another. And then I found Smoke Wagon. And then I went from Smoke Wagon to the small batch, to the uncut, unfiltered, to
Nice ASP.
I mean, it just, well, you're seeing only a small little thing, but High West and Bardstown, all the fusions, the discoveries. One of my recent most favorites, but the cast strength on the red breast.
Yeah, very nice,
well,
Anthony.
Oh yeah,
That's good. Red breast.
but I mean, I enjoy the taste. I enjoy the spirit for the craft that went into it. That's what I like. Am I into getting slammered? No, because I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be sick. Have I had maybe 2 or 3 too many from time? Yes. Yes, we all have had. But I enjoy it for the spirit. I enjoy it for what's in this glass. I like to get the notes out of it. I like to discuss it like we are. You know, as adults, that we've been the kid, we've done the wrong things. Now we know that this is enjoyable. And
It's not that kind of breast, AZ.
It's just good. But, you know, I've always had an affinity for it. You know, I was one of those kids that grew up that alcohol wasn't forbidden. So, in other words, how many of you had a drink of your father's beer?
Oh, yeah. From
Okay.
a very young age. Yeah.
I'm originally from Pennsylvania. So that's where I was born and raised. Moved out here over 20 years ago. Anyway, grew up having a drink. And then when I was older, it wasn't forbidden. In other words, I was told if you want something from the bar, there it is. But you don't leave the house, you don't drive. And if I catch you drinking on the corner, I'm going to beat you or you know what, quote unquote. So I've always had a respect for it. So growing up in high school and stuff, I never had I had a beer or two, yes. But did I run to the parties? Did I get smacked? No, I just didn't because it wasn't a forbidden thing for me growing up. So it wasn't until really last year, and it's been a little over a year, that I got hooked. I mean, I got Booker's back in here, and I've got I mean, it's just back here. I mean, you just can't help it because I don't want to say it's a sickness, but I was into that group for a while that I had to chase the next hottest thing.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 months ago, I'm like, why chase it? I don't care anymore. So that's why I started Blanton's. I've turned it down at, about $20 above retail where everywhere else can get it from about $55 because we're not a controlled state here. So they can get whatever they can get for it. And they're selling for $150 a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous. But anyway.
So I just want to shout out to Adam, ASP3. So that's my neighbor there. Yeah. So thanks to him, I've gotten to try some stuff that I can't normally get a hold of because he drives all around the state and other states. So he has found some stuff that's hard to find here in Kentucky. And I know that sounds weird, but actually stuff is pretty hard to find in Kentucky. So I've got to try the E.H. Taylor single barrel. And I think it is a step above the small batch. I wouldn't say it's a huge step, so don't overpay for it, folks, if you see it. But it is better. And then AZ says this OF86 I bought at CVS, $14. Yeah, man. If you want something low proof that's chill, OF86 is a great bottle.
Old Forester makes some good stuff.
So something you touched on, Anthony, that I want to go through the group on. I'll start with you, Charles. Let's go through some old whiskey stories. Times we drank too much. I'm sure we all got those stories. So
not Joe.
What's the story that comes to mind, Charles?
Lots of them. I'm not the best storyteller. I'm more of a.
Yeah, you are.
I kind of suck, dude. I'm more one of those people that get it happy and brave at the same time. So I'm more of that. You get what I'm saying? So my best stories is me drinking too much and then just being the wildest dude at the party. I don't have any. I tell you one story. This is when I was young, and this is not just to do with whiskey, but we're doing liquor. I was hanging out with my friend. I got so loaded, I don't remember nothing. I got passed out on the toilet. I woke up in the backseat of my car. My friend drowned. I'm like, where you come from? How in the backseat of my own car? So that's probably the most funniest story I can think of. I've had lots of those though. So
I'm in the
I was
backseat
young.
of my own car.
Yeah, I did. Like, where did like I was in the backseat. I think it was a girl. Some guy, like, where did she come from? Where did you come from? How am I getting? It was like wow. But as long as I wasn't driving, because it was cool. But yeah, that's a long, long time ago in the galaxy far, far away. Because it took me a while to really learn how to drink. And once I learned how to drink, I knew what to do. Because I'm like I never want to be. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be in toxic like.
Right.
Able to not function. So when I was young, I just wanted to get to that point, but I didn't know how to get to the point. Now I know how to just sip. Like where I'm at right now, I'm good. I don't really need to drink no more. I enjoy drinking, but if I feel real good, I'm gonna cut it off. So those are my stories. I never was like violent. I've never been like mean, but I'm like Captain Courageous. You pick on somebody, I'm loaded. I'll fight all of you. Get your friend. I'm that guy. Let's leave him alone. Let's have fun, man. Here, let me pay for everybody. Next thing I'm broke. Yeah, I'm that. I'm I'm Hank the Tank. When I was, like,
so before we move on to Joe,
appreciate you, Jack. Thank you.
I'm behind in chat again. Wood says, when I was a kid, my dad would share a bottle of beer with me every time we mowed the grass. That's a good memory right there, man. I got the other dishwasher I worked with to get me the booze. Okay. To make it a bona fide war. Anyway, yeah, I get what you're getting at there, Jack. My dad made me mow the grass, and I would slammer a beer afterwards. There you go. Yeah, so I guess we probably all snuck some kind of beverage behind our parents' back at some time.
I never did that. I never did that.
Appreciate you, Jack.
I never did that. My parents was like with Anthony. Like, my parents were just easy, you know. I wanted to drink, it's cool, but it wasn't no mean thing, and I didn't really care. And then when I was old enough to drink is when I really started drinking. Before that, let's say my dad had a beer or it was a holiday, but I never was like, "Ooh, I need a drink." But once I got into drinking, it was on. It was on.
Me and my sister tried to get drunk off rum cake. I remember that. It was like rum cake. Let's get loaded.
Yeah, mods.
Here's cake and here's rum.
Mods, if you can, please drop everybody's channels in the chat. So please drop Charles, Joe, and Anthony. You all know who I am. Obviously you wouldn't be here if you didn't know. So clearly you know who I am. So please drop these other guys in the chat, please, because all of them need more people watching. So yes, thank you, Jack, for dropping that. Yeah, we're all looking for that barrel proof E.H. Taylor, Adam. Like that is one of my favorite bourbon experiences. This was 3 or 4 years ago. I had it at a bar and have yet to find a bottle, but hopeful that one day I get an E.H. Taylor barrel proof.
Don't they make it in Kentucky?
They do make it in Kentucky.
Crazy.
So Joe, do you have a whiskey story for us?
I would like to go last, sir.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I need to know like how deep I can go with my story.
Okay, well I'll go second to last. Anthony, if you have a whiskey story for us.
So yeah. So this goes back 25 plus years ago. And I was in my best friend's wedding. Go ahead, laugh. It's okay. It is funny, Joe. And of course, me and his brothers, we all went to school together. So anyway, and when I'd go into the house, their parents treated me like I was one of the kids. So I walked in and out of their house like it was mine. Anyway, so we're there, and another guy that was one of the grooms, he comes and he says, "Are you sober?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "No one brought anything." And I says, "I don't have anything." And so long short of it is, he pulls this flask out of his tux. And I started to laugh. I go, "Oh my God, you're my savior." So of course I'm hitting this flask and I'm drinking, and well, I'm just having a good old time. And so anyway, I got to get kind of dressed. So my tie and stuff was off, and I wasn't feeling any pain at that time, but they haven't even walked down the aisle yet. So at that time, I didn't know her. She came with one of the other groomsmen, which had the flask. And now, of course, she's my wife, but
There you go. Yeah.
let me just say, so I go up to her and I'm trying to get my bow tie straight. And so she puts it on for me and everything else like that. And so we're taking stuff down the aisle, and you pull this, they call it a crash or something like that. You pull this thing down the aisle, and thank goodness for the church pews on each side, because I had something to keep me going straight. Because,
Cheers, Jack.
and that whiskey was kicking in. And I'm pulling that thing down the aisle. And so we do it, and then we're in the back. And just before we actually go out, we kill that flask. Well, I'm really fine. And I'm standing in the church, we get through everything, get out and, do the picture thing or whatever. So now we get to the reception hall.
Right.
So I go up to the bar and say, hey, give me a gin and tonic, because that was my thing. Gin and tonic. And so all I can say is I got cut off at a wedding.
There you
Can
go.
you believe it? I got cut off at a wedding. So
Yeah,
And that was your wedding?
no, my best
Oh.
friend's wedding, where I met my
Oh.
wife. So
Okay. Oh,
I go up to her and say, look, they won't serve me anymore. And she goes, what? I've been cut off at a wedding. Can you believe it? So go get me a gin and tonic and bring back 2. So you want to
Cheers,
make the
AZ.
trip. So she did. And of course we started talking and dancing and so on and so forth. And of course, one thing leads to the other. And we leave. True story. And next day, they're talking to me like, hey, do you remember this? Do you remember that? And I'm looking at them like, what are you talking about? You don't remember this or that? And so I didn't think much of it. So about a week or so goes by. I go home. It's after midnight. My dad's there, and I'm like, must have done something wrong, because he's up and it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I got to get up for work at 5. And so he says, hey, this Robin called for you. And I'm thinking, you got up to tell me that? And I'm like, okay. So I do my thing. That night I come home, and he's like, so who's this Robin? And I'm like, I have no idea who this is. So anyway, she calls back. I talk to her, and a few seconds went by. I couldn't figure out who this person was, because it just wasn't meshing with me. And then finally she made mention of some stuff, and all of a sudden it was like, it all had come back to me. And so we went out, and one thing, ta-da, here we are. We've been together over 25 years and going to be married 24 this year. So, got cut off at a wedding.
There you go. Good stuff, man.
cheers, Whiskey Lover Society.
Hey, yeah, Gert, what's up, man?
I'm
And
telling you.
I'm sorry. I know, Gert, I always pronounce your name horribly. I apologize. But guys, if you are Scotch lovers at all, please check out Whiskey Lover Society. The guy is putting out great reviews, and he has access to way more Scotch than I'll ever have access to. So if you guys are really into Scotch, please check him out. And Gert, I apologize for the terrible pronunciation of your name, but please check him out. He's doing great reviews on Scotch, and he's got a ton of reviews out on Scotch. Way more than I would ever be able to cover or ever even know about. So yeah, check him out.
Well, he's doing some value. He's doing some value ones now, and I've been watching them. And
yeah,
it's good. And there's, I'd like to get some, but they're only where he's at right now.
yeah.
So, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let me back up a little bit. AZ was saying that he had forgotten that he had not subbed you. So I think we all have that experience where we think we're subbed to a channel and we're watching it for like months and we haven't subbed. So yeah, everybody check and make sure you're subbed to all these channels, because I think we've all been there where we think we're subbed to somebody and we're not. So check them out. Make sure you're subbed, because all these are great guys. So make sure you're yourself, because every number counts, man. We're all on that journey to 1,000. So
Definitely.
help.
I'm definitely going to sub to Whiskey Wars after this stream. It's awesome channel. It's an awesome channel. I believe in what he's saying, everything that he does. His palette is amazing. And wait a minute, am I talking? I'm talking about fun with whiskey. Fun with whiskey. I got mixed up.
Yeah, it's easy.
Charles.
Who is from a whiskey? Who's that?
He's breaking.
Charles. Who's Whiskey Wars?
Charles Xavier. Charles Xavier.
Oh yeah, are we losing?
I'll tell you, I forget my own name. If you guys didn't tell me, man.
You are X-Man.
I forget my own name, bro. I got my name is Charlene.
Oh,
I am a tree.
Oh no.
So in any case, so I guess I'll share my whiskey story next, and I have to have a pour of the stuff just because. So this is the bottle right here that took me out of whiskey for a long time. So I love this bottle. I want to be very clear. I love this bottle now, but there was a time where I could not even smell whiskey because of this bottle. And I had the label way before that label. The old label, you know, when it was like tan and it had the old turkey on it.
I'm gonna have some with you.
Yeah, back when I was like 18, before it was even legal. So I had a buddy of mine buy me a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 because I had a girlfriend that was being words I can't say, and so I decided, you know, what better way to what?
She's been a
Cool running.
Hey,
Cheers,
cool
brother.
running. What's up, brother? Cheers, man.
She's been a C.
So if you're fans of the channel, you probably already know this story because I've told it many times. But nonetheless, so I decided the best way to deal with a girlfriend that's not cooperating is to kill a fifth of Wild Turkey 101 in a half hour. Kids, if you're younger than me or you're just inexperienced, don't do that. It's a terrible, terrible idea. Drink responsibly and try and enjoy whiskey rather than just chug straight from the bottle. It's not the way that you want to drink whiskey at all. Don't drink it straight from the bottle. You don't get all the flavor notes, and also you're gonna throw up all over yourself. So there's a lot of downsides. So unless you want to wake up in the morning on your kitchen floor covered in your own vomit, don't do what I did. That's the whiskey story there. So, and also don't date women that are freaking crazy. That's another piece of advice, just life advice there. So don't chug whiskey, don't date crazy women, and you'll be fine. So yeah, and wear cowboy hats because they're good. Those are my 3 pieces of advice. There you go. Get it, Joe. Get the big hat. We need the big hat right now.
What's up?
No, I said get the big hat. We need the big hat. The 20-gallon cowboy hat. I thought that's what you were going to get.
Damn it. My earpiece just went out.
Oh, okay. Or the pretzel suit if you can hear me, Joe. Either one.
You know it, Gert.
Yeah. Someone gives me heartburn, but it's worth it. Absolutely. I love me some 101. This is still a favorite. I always keep it in the house.
I know.
Wild Turkey 101. Wood says Wild Turkey 101 was my granddad's favorite whiskey, and I drank it almost exclusively through my teens, tween, 20s, and 30s. That's not why I said tween. Whiskey's working, folks. My worst drinking stories involve cheap tequila. I'm sorry, AZ. I'm sorry your life wasn't better. My dad told me all women are crazy. That's true. Gert, that's absolutely true. All women are crazy. There's just different levels. It's like it's a progressive scale. So there's like mild crazy, and then there's like full on kill your dog, destroy your car, burn down your house crazy. So that it's in stages. You just gotta figure out where on the scale your woman is at. So And also, it's this correlation between crazy and hotness. So you want a good level of hotness with a lower level of crazy, and you got to balance that out. I'm probably going to get canceled by YouTube for that statement, but feminists, don't kill me. Let's see here. Never put the D in crazy more than once.
There you go.
Yeah,
Once you learn,
sure.
run.
That's more stuff advice from Woods there. Add that to the list. Advice that one can only obtain through Wilder one-on-one experience. Absolutely. So Joe, I'm going to read this comment here, and then we're waiting on your whiskey story. So Jack says, that's one thing I wish someone would have told me when I was younger is, I'm sorry, I lost my place, are good whiskeys to enjoy, and you don't have to get smashed to enjoy them. Absolutely.
You're here.
Absolutely. And that's something we all learn with experience is you learn to just sit and relax and chill with the whiskey and just sip it and enjoy it. And I think that's what we've kind of all been talking about tonight. And granted, we probably all had, I would say Anthony and Joe, and I can't speak for Charles as well, but I probably had more than I should have. But I mean, I would say I think we all agreed that it's the company that kind of makes it, though. Who you're chatting with. I think we all agree that the whiskey community is just an amazing place to be, and nights like tonight where we get to hang out with all the guys and just share stories and chat about whiskey is just, it doesn't get much better than that. So this stuff is amazing, but in the end, sharing the experiences is the best part. So Joe, if you want to share your whiskey story, go for it, brother.
Is my audio too much for people? Because my earphones went out and it's coming off the speaker. And for some weird reason, it's not letting me lower the volume, and it feels loud.
Sound fine.
You sound good on our end.
No, but I mean, do you guys hear yourselves? Because it feels like it's not hitting my mic then?
No, you're fine.
No, you sound clear. I'm not getting any feedback. You sound good.
Okay. Then it must be the whiskey.
There you go.
So your guys' stories are pretty tame, and I'm just now I'm like, I don't want to look like I'm crazy or something.
I kept mine.
Let's get it, man.
I didn't want to get him banned from YouTube, so I was nice on mine.
I'll just say the first time. I'll just talk about the first time I got drunk.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Today?
What's that?
I said, first time today you got drunk?
Every day's a new day, Anthony.
That's true.
That's it. We're in a new day. We're in a new day right now on my time. It's 12:22, so it's a new day. Go ahead.
I'm about to be a butthole. I suck, Joe. I want to hear your story. Stop dragging it out, man. Tell me your story, bro. I'm the mean. I want to hear your story. He's good. Oh, let me wait. Next thing you know, 2 years from now, we're still going to tell us a story. Tell us a story, Joe.
Well, let's hear it.
Should I start now after?
Charles is getting tired, I think, but that's all right. Go ahead, Joe.
He's getting ornery. It's all right. So I was in high school, never drank before, never had anything to drink. My cousin was having a party at her apartment. My other cousin lived around the corner, so I walked over and there was a party going on, and she let me come in. I'm like 15-ish years old, and man, I've never told this story before. All right, so I'm 15 years old, and I walk into the party, and these are all like grown-ups, just partying and stuff, drinking and everything. My cousin comes in. She says, "Hey, you can drink anything you want, but you better not tell your mom on me that I let you drink here at the party." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I didn't think about it. So I started drinking all these mixed drinks that were just all around. different, trying beer, trying wine coolers, trying whiskey, trying everything that was just out. So I'm drinking all this liquor. My girlfriend had just dumped me. So I'm 15 years old.
There's a theme here. There's a theme.
Yeah. My 15-year-old brain was, you know what? I'm going to let her know that I'm upset that she dumped me. So I jump on my 10-speed and I ride my bike to her house, knock on the door and everything. And she, just said, hey, I just want to talk to you. And all of a sudden, I didn't realize she got over me that quick because her new boyfriend came driving around the corner because she had called him up and said, hey, there's Joe is knocking on my door and I'm kind of nervous because he maybe seems a little inebriated, which I was very inebriated. And so he comes and he says, hey man, I know you're upset, you're drunk, you're obviously drunk. I said, I don't care. I'm drunk. I don't care. And this guy's like this tall. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, I'm drunk. I wasn't that tall, when I was younger, I'm still not that tall. But so he's kind of like, hey, you got to go. I'll even give you a ride home. I'm like, no, I got my own way home, which I was on my bike.
Right.
And so I grabbed a sign out of the ground and I pull it out and I stick it in the front yard. I said, fine, I'll leave. And first, I don't know why I got in this guy's car. I realized I was going home. I was a sophomore and he was a senior. Mm-hmm. So he drove me home. He drove me part way home. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I have my bike at the house. Why did I leave it there? And I just said, he pulled up to a stop sign. I just got out of the car and I jogged all the way back to the house. I jog all the way back to the house. He comes back. I didn't realize he actually went and knocked on the door and told my mom that I was drunk and that I was acting crazy. And so I go back, I go grab my bike and I was going to knock on the door, but I didn't because he got there, of course, quicker than I did, even though he still knocked on my door and told my parents what was going on. So he's there and he's waiting and he's like, hey man, just let it go. Just, why don't you just go home or whatever, sleep it off. And I was like, yeah, I'll sleep it off. And he kind of pushed me. So he pushed me and I said, you know what? I'm going to remember that you pushed me. I'm too drunk to beat you up right now. But I'll see you tomorrow. And so I grabbed my bike. I ride to my aunt's house. I didn't know what was going on. I ride to my aunt's house and I said, hey, I'm not feeling well right now. My head hurts and stuff.
It happens to the best of us,
Can you please call me tomorrow and remind me that this guy pushed me and that so that I remember, because I think I might forget and I don't want to forget. So I jump on she said, sure, I'll call you up. So I jump on my bike. I get home. My mom doesn't say anything to me. It's like after 1 o'clock in the morning. I start throwing up. My nose starts bleeding. And I'm like, I wake up my mom and I'm like, Mom, I've been drinking. She goes, I know. And I said, I'm sorry, I've been drinking. And she goes, okay. And I said, well, I've been throwing up and now my nose is bleeding. Does that mean anything? She goes, no, just go to sleep. So I'm like, all right. I said, okay. So I went to sleep. She didn't bring it up in the morning or anything. And I didn't really pay attention. I wasn't really thinking. And then all of a sudden I get a call from my aunt. And she goes, hey, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm feeling okay. What's going on? And she goes, She said, "Oh, I just want to remind you that you said you came to the house and you said somebody pushed you and you wanted me to remind you." And I said, "Okay, thank you." And so I rode to the store where he worked. He worked at a Save Mart, Save-Ons, whatever you call those things. And he was pushing the wagons, getting the wagons all together. And I went out there and I said, I don't care how drunk I am. You ever touch me again, I'm going to fuck you up. And he goes, "But you were really drunk, man." I'm like, I don't care. I said, "I know you're at work and you probably won't fight me, but all you got to do is tell me where." And he said, "No, I don't want to fight. I just, you were just acting crazy." I said, "I don't care. Don't ever push me. Don't ever touch me." And so I leave, and that's my drunk story. But later on, we did end up fighting in PE. I don't know how he was in our PE class, but he was. That was crazy. It ended up being crazy. That was fun.
So in the future, Joe, we're gonna have to do like a Patreon only.
Who won the fight?
A what?
Who won the fight, Joe?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh, you were.
He was too tall. So when he swung, I ducked. I didn't have to duck too far because I was a lot shorter than him, and I grabbed. I was a pretty good wrestler in high school. So right when I ducked, I just grabbed him, picked him up, and then dropped him on his head. And by that time, the wrestling coach was our PE coach. He grabs me like I was about to punch him in the back of the head, and the coach grabs me and then throws me in between his legs, just like, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Because I was about to hit the guy, but I dropped him on the ground, and I mean, it wasn't really too big of a fight. After that, we were in the office. He spilled the beans. Like, he was like, "Oh, he did this and he did that. He was drunk the other night and he did this." And I said, they're like, "Is this gonna, hey, what's going on?" And he's telling us all this stuff. I said, "Look, I thought we were playing and I thought we were joking around. I don't even know what he's talking about, but that's okay. I mean, I don't need to deal with him anymore. I mean, I don't know what to tell him, but I'm not, he's a good guy. I thought he was my friend, but I guess he's mad at me for some reason." So I just made it seem like it was just a story. And I win the fight. I mean, obviously, he got the girl. So what do you do? But win or to lose, I can't tell.
I wish there was a way to do lives off of YouTube, so we didn't have to worry about the monetization and all the stuff.
You're monetized?
Well, I mean, that's where we're trying to go, Joe.
My bad. Oh, was that too big of a story?
No. I mean,
it was good.
That was I was trying to be tamed because I got a crazier story.
I want to be clear. You are good. It's just that there are other stories I would share, but
I see.
They are not kid friendly.
I need it.
So
I'm gonna interrupt because I'm turning those off, fellas.
If there's a kid watching this bourbon show or whiskey show right now, their parents should be spanked.
You're right.
You guys hear what I said?
Yeah.
I'm about to bow out, fellas.
So Charles, thank you, brother. As always, man. Always a delight. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. I know you're an early riser, so thank you, man. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you guys all later.
Next week we will do something for sure. B, brother, thank you.
Get you on the rebound, brother. Brian.
All right, man. Thanks again, Joe. I'll catch you.
You guys get some.
All right, Anthony.
Cheers,
appreciate
man.
You.
Cheers. I'm trying to go. There's water in my glass.
Oh.
All right, fellas, take it easy.
I'll run a little bit longer, but I need to get some water and some sleep in myself. But in the meantime, Charles, thank you. And again, everybody, check out these channels, man. Check out Charles at Fun with Whiskey. Check out Joe at Independent Joe. Check out Anthony at Bourbon Neophyte. Am I saying it right? I feel like every time I say it, I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
Nope, Bourbon Neophyte.
Catch you later,
Joe,
everybody. Take
Joe,
care.
I gotta say, man, you have the most difficult thing to spell ever. Like it's without the vowel, so I'm always like doubting myself. I'm like, okay, so it's every time I type it in, I'm like, okay, that's right. But seriously, check these guys out. Great channels. So, and I know because Charles is my boy, I'm always talking about Charles. But seriously, guys, check out Charles. He's doing great reviews, and all these guys. But I feel like Charles is underappreciated. Like I keep saying it, but the guy has great reviews, and so does Joe and Anthony. To be fair, I have not seen your reviews, so I can't speak to them. So I'm going to have to educate myself on your reviews, which I will do tomorrow. I promise you. And I will comment and like and all the things because and that's the other thing, guys. If you're watching these channels, just hit the like right off the bat. As soon as you go into the review, just hit the like because otherwise YouTube doesn't know that you like it. And we've all been there. We're watching the review, and you like the review, but you forget to hit that like button, and then YouTube doesn't know because it's just a dumb system. So, so hit the like when you go in. Anyway, let's see here. What else can we get to tonight? Joe, what do you have coming up for anyone that didn't catch it on your stream? What do you have coming up? What do you got coming for us down the line?
Well, today was my first stream back. Started at 5. I normally go. I used to be on Mondays, and then I changed to Saturdays at 5. I can't tell which one is better. I'll probably do a poll next week on what they think is what the people would rather see me either on Mondays or Saturdays. Either way, for me, I can do either one. It's just on Saturdays. It's usually would be after the whiskeychannel.com. But upcoming, I'm going to try to do a few videos a week starting now because I'm back ready to. There's so many bottles that I haven't reviewed. And I want to start going back and reviewing some of the stuff that I haven't reviewed. I will also next weekend, again at 5 p.m., I will be doing a challenge, a battle between myself and Jeffrey Wack. Jeffrey Wack is somebody who's always in different chats. Really good guy. He sent me the samples that he for my battle that I usually do on my channel. I have a few battles against. Like the Bourbon Ranch, Whiskey Mountains. I did a battle with her. I did a battle with Tito with Libation Exploration. He's actually the only person who beat me, and that was the first battle we had. The first battle I did, but I wasn't really paying attention to the whiskey at that time because I was, it's not an excuse, but I was paying attention to more of the chat. I was trying to keep up with both, and I wasn't really paying attention to the whiskey. The second chat I had a little bit more perspective on what I should be doing if I wanted to actually look like I know what I was talking about. And that's one of the things some of us, people who like to drink whiskey, who have a decent collection and want to inform people about. And so, I ain't going to say, we're experts or anything like that, but, we want to be somewhat credible in what we're talking about. So I thought I'd have to pay more attention to the whiskey. So I did that with Bourbon Bites. Bourbon Bites, a great channel with the gaming twist. That guy battled him on my channel and battled like I said, the other few people that I did. I got some upcoming battles, and that one next week is with Jeffrey Wack. And that one's going to be pretty awesome. I'm going to do a giveaway on that. If anybody wants a Blanton's, come check it out. I'm going to be giving away that a bottle of Blanton's. Yeah. So, but other than that, there are some battles I'm working on. I don't want to. Some of them I can't really say because I have some other things coming up with those channels that have to do with other channels, so I can't really talk about those. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting now. I feel a little bit refreshed, taking that month off, relaxing, and then now I want to get back into the business of making some content, and you know, talking to people, meeting people. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I just saw you guys, you know, starting last week. You know, I went on, I jumped on Charles' channel, and then I jumped on your channel for your 500 streams. And then I ended up at Charles's house giving him samples. So, I mean, that's the crazy thing about this community is that we can connect, we can talk to people, hang out, and that's what it's about. You know, that all this, it's not the drinking of the whiskey is not even secondary, you know. It's more about the fellowship. It's more about meeting people. It's more about expanding knowledge. It's just talking, you know, just talking to people, you know, outside our own comfort zones, outside our own areas. You know, if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know each of us existed, because one's in Nevada, one's in Kentucky, and one's in California. And I know Kentucky hates California. So you would never know I existed. Now, Nevada is a different story. You know, we're cool. We're neighboring states. But but Kentucky wants us to fall into the ocean. But that's cool. That's all cool. But now that you know that there's some of us who have the same interest, and that's the thing that connects us all together, you know. So
I mean, Joe, I have to imagine, I'm not going to get political here at all, but I have to imagine that you're not in the group of people that most Kentuckians despise. And I want to say further than that is that I'm not even in the group of most Kentuckians, because I could care less about political bullcrap. I really just do not care at all. To me, it's all nonsense, and regardless of what side you're on, it makes no difference. It's just, I mean, if I'm honest, and this is probably not popular, I don't know. I feel like what we need to do as human beings is unite amongst ourselves and forget who's in DC, because that does not matter at all, because they don't care about us. They do not care about us. So forget about what they're saying, and forget about MSNBC and Fox and CNN. Forget about all that, and let's try and work things out amongst ourselves and see how we can benefit one another, because all that up there is nonsense. So, but anyway, no, I mean, but just to what you were saying, absolutely agree. I mean, just to be able to do this, I mean, like you said, you're in California, Anthony's in Nevada, Charles is in California with you. I mean, when I first met Charles, I mean, he's in California, and that's what's crazy is that on the surface, when people see, you know, before we were joining other people, when they would see our streams, you see a white guy in a cowboy hat and a black man in California, and that makes no sense in the media, right? But to me and Charles, it makes perfect sense, because we agree on all kinds of things. So forget what the media is saying and all the biases and all the racist bullcrap, because none of that matters in the real world. That's not real. None of that's real. So for, you know, the cowboy hat doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I'm a white supremacist, and just because Charles is black in California doesn't mean he's a Black Panther. None of that's real. None of it is real. So let's get back to caring about human beings and do what we can for one another.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Sean. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, and the fact that whiskey unites us is great, but like you said, Joe, it really is secondary, because the whiskey community is so phenomenal, and I think that a lot of the guys are on that same page. You know, that, you know, let's start something great here, and forget everything else, forget the politics, and forget all the nonsense, and you know, and sure we talk about whiskey, and that we all that unites us, but at the same time, there's this great community, and this, you know, what can I do for you? What can you do for me? Let's share what we have. Let's promote one another. Let's get the word out there about all these other great channels. And you know, yeah. So again, guys, anybody in chat that's still watching, please support these other channels. I mean, These are great people. I would not promote them if I didn't think that they were worth watching. So,
Thanks.
and I think everybody agrees with that. I mean, and Joe did the same thing when we were over there, and everybody does. So check these guys out, honestly. So, mods, if you can throw them one more time in the chat, throw the links up for anyone that's still here. Please do that, because I wish there was a way to do this that didn't benefit YouTube. That's my only gripe. but that's neither here nor there. Because I wish we had our own thing. I wish there was like a community that was just kind of us running the thing, and we got more of the benefits. But because I think that Whiskey Tube deserves more than we get. But nonetheless, Anthony. I see you're dozing off as well. I know we're late into the night, so please go ahead, promote whatever you got coming up before we sign off here. I want to hear what you got coming, so please let the folks know.
So for me in particular, I do reviews. I don't do a lot of recorded content, and I will get back to that, but I like to do a thing called pub style. So it's kind of like what you got going on right now, but I'll start off with something, and maybe it's doing a review of this. Whoops, sorry,
Okay.
It's cut off.
It's always hard to find the camera. I have the same problem, man.
Yeah, it's in there like this. Like it's not out here, but I have friends back east that bring hand deliveries when they come out here, so I can get some of these good drops, and so I'll do reviews in the beginning and then have people like Joe come on, you come on, Whiskey Nose, Livewire, people from there, Mash Bill. It doesn't make a difference. They'll pop on, and I'll put the stream in chat so people can pop on, and we can continue this discussion that we have. And I try to go on Sundays around 4:30 my time, which is Pacific time. So it'd be 7:30 your time on the East Coast.
Right.
That's my time. And then when I'm done, I send everyone over to Livewire. So that's one of the ways we support each other. Like, I don't care who streams when, whether you stream on my time when I call over me or Joe does. That makes no difference, because you're always going to have the people that want to hear you and then people that multitask, like Sugar Kitty. He will flop between one stream and another stream, and he goes back and forth. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah,
I can barely
Sugar Kitty's got to be
mine.
on like 20 streams at one time. I'm amazed by what he does. Go ahead.
He's amazing. And like you were saying before, how he knows these mash bills, or how he knows who makes what years, what ABVs, or what proofs. I mean, he just pulls this stuff up. But some people don't know he's an IT guy. So when I say that, I don't know exactly what he does, but he's very computer savvy. So, but I do reviews kind of raw. It is what it is. It's either a hitter or it's a shitter, basically. And I'm going to tell you, because that's what people really want to know. And then if I'm giving something a decent review and they appreciate my palate, they know my palate, then guess what? When they go and they see that, yeah, it's worth $50, $40, $60, whatever the case may be, because you know what? He's not going to recommend something that he doesn't like. And my palate is very similar to his. Joe, I know he has a good palate, because when I first saw him, he's one of the people I reached right out to and says, hey, come on my stream. I want you to come on to my stream. And he popped over and we had a good chat. We talked about stuff when he was in his infancy, but I saw him and thought, what a good guy. I mean, I love the way he talks about whiskey. It's just straightforward. It's no BS. It's like your stream. It's no BS. It's good. It's bad. It's crap. It's what people want to know. And yes, we sometimes will talk about sports. We go off on this tangent. We go off on that tangent. But it's no different than what you would be anytime different than you would be sitting in a bar talking to the guy or girl across from you. So that's why we call it pub style. So the topics go anywhere, but primarily it is whiskey. And we like to know who does what. What's going on in California? What's going on in Connecticut? What's going on down in Florida? So if you've been on like Whiskey Encore, okay, and Cheech, what's happening in Florida? What's the prices? What are you getting at? So it really helps to know, because as you know, this stuff is getting expensive. The prices are going up, particularly now. $5, $10, $20. You were talking about Calumet earlier, right? And the price on that. I got lucky. I got my Calumet 15. It's around here somewhere, but I found it for $89.
That's a steal. Yeah.
Everybody's like, how much did you get? I said, I found it for $89. And I can still get it for that today because they still have some on the shelf. But once that supply is gone, it's gone. I was at a place today, Calumet 14 was $129. And I told them, I said, because I know the manager, I said, dude, you're going to have to change this. Call Total Wine. They're doing this for this. So I said, if you want to stay competitive, you need to know this price. But anyway, so I like hearing about the different prices. I like hearing about who got what when. Like A122's out for Elijah Craig. Well, it's not here yet. Heck, I don't even have
not here either. And I'm in Kentucky, so yeah.
I know. That's what I heard you say earlier. But Fusion 6 is out. So's Disco 6. It's not here yet. And then I think 7 is ready to come out.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, people. Where's this at? Where can I get it? But this community comes together. This community is informative. This community supports one another. So like you said, and you've heard me mention other people's channels, because we support each other.
Right. Yeah.
We support each other. And it's going to be impossible. And some people say, well, I don't want to step on these person's toes and stream. Look, you stream when you want to stream. You run your channel how you want to run your channel. We try to be respectful of others and not step on their toes.
Right.
But it's so hard because there's so many of us. But you do what you want to do, because you're going to have your steady core people come and join you all the time. And
so if I can interject there.
No, go right ahead.
So my thought on that is that at this point, there's too many whiskey channels to say that, okay, you get this slot, I get this slot, that kind of thing. It's not going to work that way. I mean, 3 years ago, maybe you could do that, but not now.
Oh yeah.
There's just way too many. So, I mean, I think what I even with my regulars, I encourage this. If you find a channel that matches up with your palate, then, pay attention to what they're saying, because there's no way I can be the same as everybody, because nobody is. Just like me and Joe, we differ on things, and I'm sure me and you, Anthony, we're going to differ on things, and even me and Charles, there's things he likes, and that's the thing. So find the guy that best matches up with your palate, and that's gonna help you through your bourbon journey, or whatever you want to call it, your collecting, to figure out what you want, because I mean there's so many out there that realistically, unless you have a ton of money to spend, it's going to be hard to just start going out and buying everything, because
it is.
Especially if you're new to this thing. So find somebody that's matching up with what you're liking. And like, for instance, I mean, me and Woods, we differ a lot on what we like. I mean, he really enjoys the MGP profile, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the thing, is that there's so much good whiskey out there, and I think that's what I try and promote more than anything, is that instead of chasing allocated stuff, figure out what you can find on the shelf, because there's so much good stuff.
Absolutely.
So explore that first, and then figure out what you like, and then that'll give you a better idea of where you want to go into allocated stuff, because there's allocated stuff basically across any brand,
Yes.
whether it be Buffalo Trace or Heaven Hill or Willet or whatever. So once you figure out what your wheelhouse is, where you want to be at, then you know what allocated stuff you want to chase, instead of just chasing it all, because you might spend a bunch of money and be really disappointed. So,
oh, absolutely. We've all done it. And you make a good point about it. And it's one of the things I've talked about before. This is, you don't buy this with scared money. That's the bottom line. You have a budget. Everybody has a budget.
Yeah.
So you budget your $50, $100, whatever it is. That's your budget to buy some of these. And you may not buy for a couple of weeks because you want to save up and you want to buy that $100 bottle. Or you might want to really splurge and buy a $200 or $300 because that's what the retail price is of it. That's up to you. It's whatever you want. It is your money. But like I said, I have this thing about spending more than $100 on a bottle. The $50, $60, $70, that's where I'm at. But these value bourbons that are $50 and less, and now I've turned to scotches only because some of the bourbons just aren't on the shelf anymore. And so I did 180 degree and looked behind me and go, I liked it before. Let's.
I hear, Anthony, that Joe has that same problem. He just will not spend over $100. You just can't get him to spend more than $100.
No. That's why I spend most of my money on this thing right here.
That's it. That's the bottle to get right there.
Apparently so.
But I mean, so exactly. So I mean, what I appreciate about a community like Woods is that we can have civil conversations, even though we might not agree on what we necessarily enjoy the most. But like he's saying here, so he agrees with the notes I'm getting. So now how you enjoy those notes is up to you. So that's because that's your palate. That's what you like. That's based on your experiences in life or whatever. But so, and that's the thing about this is that I want to encourage anybody that, especially those that are new to whiskey, is that I think there's a lot of this kind of idea that, oh, maybe I'm wrong about what I'm tasting. Well, you can't be. You can't be wrong about your experience. It's impossible. So if you like these specific notes, then that's what you like. So if you pick up, if wet hay, because I'm talking about Four Roses I reviewed today. If wet hay and grassy notes and floral notes is your thing, then that's your thing. So that doesn't make me wrong or you right. It's just that's what you like. So then great, go enjoy that.
Exactly.
And honestly, I mean, me and Woods don't necessarily disagree, really. It's just that I'm always hopeful, and this is really across the board with anything sourced. I'm always hopeful that the people that are sourcing stuff, whether it be Barton or Dickel or MGP or wherever they're getting it from, I'm always hopeful that they do something new and different because we need more of that. Because there's so much of the same stuff on the shelf that I'm always hopeful that there's something new, some kind of new take on what we're getting. Because I mean, there's got to be 100 different MGP bottles of basically the same stuff right now, and not that it's a bad thing. It's just I want a different take. I want to see what can your distillery do with it. And so that does not make MGP bad. I want to be very clear.
No, it does not.
MGP is putting out some great stuff. I want to see, okay, so what do you do with it after you get it? Because MGP has already given you this great product. So now what will you do with it? Can you enhance it and make it more interesting?
Exactly.
And I hope that we see more of that. And there's a lot of companies doing that. So I hope that becomes more of a trend. So we'll see. But anyway, Joe, do you want to add anything into this before we close down here?
No, sir. You said it all.
That's right. He's happy with his Horsey bottle, and he's not going to say anything else.
He shouldn't.
Nope.
Which is funny given the collection that Joe has that he's breaking out the blends. Anyway, everybody that's still with us, thank you so much. Again, check out these guys. Check out everybody that's been with us. Check out if you were with us when we were over at Joe's channel. Check out everybody that was there. Storytime Whiskey. I'm trying to think who else was there. Mash Bill. Check out all these guys. Check out Anthony over at Bourbon Neophyte. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong, but check him out. Check out Joe over at Independent Joe. Check out Fun with Whiskey. There we go.
Pull out that imitation, Pat. Try to fool everybody.
Pouring the big dog.
Well, you didn't like my Bland's, so I was like, oh,
Hey, it's full of Blantons. Don't let him fool you, people.
Yeah, it's actually Evan Williams' bib. He just poured it.
yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, of course it is.
right.
No, but thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Charles.
Cheers.
Who's not here anymore. Thank you, everybody that's been a part
Yes.
of tonight. Had a great time. To everybody in the whiskey community, find the camera. There we go. Cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
You guys
Cheers,
are
everybody.
great. As always, thank you all the regulars, and we will see you next week. Thank you again.